review on the podcast is over. They've been long done on the blog side of things, but this now project is done as now we head more into off-season talk after this episode. And that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the podcast. Before we let you go, I'm going to let Anthony talk to you about our Heel Tough blog website.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff going on the website right now, especially for the football recruiting side of things. We're hitting a huge stretch here over the next couple of weeks where the Tar Heels are going to see a lot of major targets make their decision. Carolina's in good standing with a good group of guys. There's about 3 or 4 right now that look like Carolina's going to have a real chance to pick up a commitment from. So make sure that you're staying with the Heel Tough blog website for all that. Of course, we'll have you covered with everything that's going on in terms of when they're going to try to play both the college football and college basketball seasons. They sort of announced the news today on the front of students returning to campus. They're going to return a little bit earlier in August, and then they will finish up their semester just before Thanksgiving. Not really a major effect on athletics. Of course, it'll affect the guys' class schedules and everything like that. But as it pertains to just the athletic side of things, it's not really huge news. The bigger news is the fact that they did announce yesterday that they will be allowing guys to return to campus at the start of June. All athletes will be allowed back on campus, so that is huge that they're going to be able to prepare for all that. And, of course, as we get more news on that, how it affects the Tar Heels, we'll have you covered on all of that. And then, of course, on the basketball side of things, there's some fantastic stuff that we're doing, a lot of breakdowns for the guys that are committed in the 2020 basketball class. Our newest writer, Mark Graves, is handling that and has done a fantastic job so far. We've gone through the 3 lowest rated guys in the class, still guys that you're going to want to read about, maybe even more than some of the guys that you know a lot about. So make sure you go online and check all those out. And then, of course, we'll have the final 3 members of the class coming up as we go throughout the next couple of weeks. So very exciting time over on the Heel Tough blog website, as well as both the podcasts that you can check out on the website as well. Each of them have their own individual tabs at the top, including this podcast, the Roy's Voice podcast, which I'll allow you to tell people what you want them to do with this podcast, my friend.
Yeah, thank you for going through and putting out another good word about the website as I was catching my breath and getting a sip of tea. Yeah, we encourage you guys to like and review the podcast. You can find us on every major podcast platform. Most of them are on Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Spotify. But more importantly, we want you to subscribe. We're in the off season now, so there's going to be more time in between our episodes. But when it gets back in the season mode, we normally do an episode after every game, so normally 2 to 3 a week. So we encourage you guys to give us a like, review me as the host, review Anthony as the co-host. At some point, you'll hear Mark come on and talk some Carolina basketball as well. Give us reviews on us. We're always trying to find ways to better ourselves. But most importantly, we encourage you guys to subscribe, and we'll greatly appreciate you for doing so. Well, with that, we're going to wrap up this edition of the podcast. We do encourage you guys to continue to stay strong and stay healthy. We know here in the South, and especially the Carolinas, they're starting to lift the restrictions on the stay-at-home order, but still practice social distancing, practice safe habits, and we'll be back to normal life, and more importantly, we'll be back to sports sooner than later. Well, with that, I want to thank Anthony for coming on and talking a little Carolina basketball. Happy birthday, buddy. We thank you guys for listening, and as always, go Tar Heels.